This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. High scoring contests, the norm this week. In Howard's high school football report, results of round 2 of Desert Sky League and Mojave River League games. Thursday night, Silverado takes huge strides toward defending their DSL title. Oak Hills and Serrano win big, preceding their upcoming matchup against one another in the week ahead. Friday night, Barstow and Adelanto battle back and forth before the Aztecs pull out a 46-44 overtime triumph on the road. No surprise, this close a game between the two evenly matched Desert Sky League schools. Jaden Max Denegal throws 6 touchdown passes, and Apple Valley's defense shuts out Sultana 63-0 in the Sun Devils' homecoming rout of the Sultans. Extended action highlights are on our very next Video Sports Online report. The only surprise among Thursday night's scores may be Silverado's margin of victory over Granite Hills. Darren Gandy and Fred Hunter accounted for all Hawks touchdowns in the 35-15 win over the Cougars. Granite Hills, a team that entered Hawks Stadium with a 5-1 record. Oak Hills blasted past Hesperia en route to their third straight shutout blowout win. Prince Thomas ran for 3 touchdowns, and Andrew Garcia threw for 3 as Coach Robert Metzger's Bulldogs become the first High Desert team to win 6 games. Serrano improves to 5-2, setting up next week's huge game when the Diamondbacks host 6-1 Oak Hills. Howard's brings you this high school football report. Howard's, recognizing and supporting the teams, athletes, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road.
Sold.
Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert sports. Howard's, recognizing and supporting the teams, athletes, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Greiner Buick GMC in Victorville. Greiner has the best damn used cars, period. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting High Desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today. Jaden Max Denegal throws 6 touchdown passes, and Apple Valley's defense shuts out Sultana 63-0 in the Sun Devils' homecoming rout of the Sultans. As usual, Jaden Max Denegal spreads the wealth in distributing scoring passes. 4 receivers, recipients of touchdown passes, Logan Moon scoring here, and Nate Downing caught 2 apiece. Sterling Peck, Brandon Armijo, the others. The Sun Devils' defense, spearheaded by returning All-Mojave River League Defensive Player of the Year, Dustin Reynolds, the junior linebacker, slicing in for a tackle for a loss of 5 yards on Sultana's first play from scrimmage. Isaiah Ojeda established Apple Valley's containment of Sultana's passing game early, the interception and run back terminating the Sultans' initial possession. The pick six by the junior cornerback, 65 yards for the second Sun Devils touchdown. His take on what makes this defense pretty good?
I think what makes us pretty good is we're all aggressive, we're all team players. Everybody does their job really well, from the safeties down all the way down to the D linemen.
Sultana came in touting Jason Higgs' 13 scoring passes as tops among MRL quarterbacks, although in fact he trailed Jaden Max-Denegal by 2. This completion to fellow freshman LaMason Waller winds up being one of but 5 completions in 15 attempts on the night. I highly recommend you read Daily Press writer Todd Hadler's excellent article on the game for a storyline leading up to the contest. Jaden Max-Denegal completes 16 of 19 on the coldest night of the season so far. No completion more brilliant than this diving reception by senior wide receiver Sterling Peck. Jaden Max-Denegal's 6 scoring passes brings his total this season to 21. The 6'5", 224-pound future Michigan Wolverine thus completes 3 seasons of terrorizing the Sultans. He compiled 16 touchdown passes against Sultana in his sophomore, junior, and senior seasons. Apple Valley's 5th straight win improves their record to 5-2 on the year. Coach Kyle Godfrey's Sun Devils remain ranked 24th in the Southern California Max Prep poll. They are at Hesperia next. Coach Joe Scherf's Sultans, now 3-4, return to action Thursday and should get back on the winning track when they host Burroughs. This online sports report served up and delivered by Down Home Grill. Call 760-241-4663 for delivery or drive-through or pickup. Down Home Grill, corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road, Victorville. The Bradco Companies present This Date in High Desert and Mojave River Valley Sports History. The Bradco Companies support the student athletes, teams, and sports programs at Victor Valley College, Barstow College, and the schools throughout our Mojave River Valley. For the record, on this date in High Desert sports history, Victor Valley's Isaiah Kepley, Zeke Julian, and Harvey Brandon lead the Jackrabbits to a rain-soaked homecoming win in 2010. Apple Valley's Tyler Murphy sets the Sun Devils' school record with 319 rushing yards in this 2012 contest. All-conference wide receiver Samaj Brewer catches 3 touchdown passes in this 2019 Victor Valley College win against Santa Monica.
A win is a win, and Victor Valley's Jackrabbits got back their 4th straight. A homecoming triumph over Sultana on a rain-soaked Raymore Stadium field. The Jackrabbits were heavy favorites, but in the first half, the only score Victor Valley put up was Zeke Julian's 10-yard touchdown toss to Isaiah Kepley. Sophomore running back Harvey Brandon put the Rabbits up by 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter with his first of 2 scoring runs. Harvey Brandon's 2nd touchdown demonstrated what Victor Valley was expected to do, push Sultana's thin defense around. The 5-yard power thrust made it 22-6. Jordan Watson's dive into the end zone to polish off a 26-yard play appeared to polish off the Sultans, but Sultana brought with them faith in a strong running game. Senior Joe Maines with the Sultans' longest running play of the night, and Sultana responded with another 4th quarter touchdown, narrowing the gap to 28-14. Zeke Julian's 20-yard run with time winding down made it 35-14. Victor Valley closes out non-league play at Patriot before going up against Silverado the 3rd Friday in October.
If red invokes an element of added zeal to a raging bull in the arena, green must do that to Tyler Murphy. the Apple Valley tailback rushed for a school record 319 yards and 5 touchdowns against green and white jerseyed Sultana in the Sun Devils' 49-3 triumph over the Sultans. This performance, surpassing Murphy's previous game-high total, turned in against another green jerseyed team, Victor Valley, in the Bell game victory his junior year. The 5'9", 170-pound speedster constantly displayed superior vision and balance, in addition to speed, in amassing the 319 yards on but 16 carries. I'll do the math. That's 20 yards per carry. The 5 touchdowns came on runs of 80, 66, 30, 21, and 3 yards. Tyler Murphy, his 300-plus yards game gives him over 800 yards rushing in 6 games with an 11 yards per carry average. Murphy's bloodline is pedigree. His dad, Dan Murphy, was signed as an 18-year-old pitcher out of Artesia. Dan Murphy pitched for the San Diego Padres in 1989.
Victor Valley College makes it 2 straight impressive wins in a row. The second, a 34-27 road win at Santa Monica. Samaj Brewer catches 3 touchdown passes, including the game winner, with less than 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. This file video from the previous home win against Santa Ana. All 3 scoring passes thrown by Zach Millar. The winning touchdown broke the 24-24 tie in the fourth quarter with 1:40 remaining. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road.
Sold.
Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. Howard's, recognizing and supporting the teams, athletes, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Greiner Buick GMC in Victorville. Greiner has the best damn used cars, period. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting high desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today. Victor Valley College has been placed in a wait-and-watch situation since the Rams' resounding victory over L.A. Pierce. A home game against Compton was canceled or possibly postponed, and this week, Coach Artie Allen's Rams have a bye. Kenyard Edwards Jr. leads all American Mountain Conference ball carriers with 738 yards rushing. The Rams freshman and former Apple Valley Sun Devil has scored 8 touchdowns, also tops among American Mountain Conference players. Keyshawn Wilson is the Rams' leading tackler 4 games in. The former Adelanto Saint has 23 total tackles, 16 solo. His 23 total, 5th highest among conference players. Here is what the Rams have to sit back and look at as far as how other teams in their conference have done. Pasadena City and Mount San Jacinto have recorded victories in the only 2 conference games played to date. The Mount San Jacinto Eagles are next on the Victor Valley College schedule. The Rams play there in Temecula September 16th. That game could serve as a viable gauge in determining how the Rams shape up against other opponents. Mount San Jacinto beat Antelope Valley College 23-13. Antelope Valley College handed the Rams a 27-10 setback in VVC's second game of the year. Mount San Jacinto then walloped the Grossmont Griffins 56-26. This Victor Valley College Rams football report is brought to you by Griner Buick GMC in Victorville. David Griner and his team are the best damn Rams fans around. Griner always has the best damn used cars, period. On or about this date in high desert Mojave River Valley sports history, a pair of league championship deciding battles between Oak Hills and Serrano, 2014, and Diamondbacks versus Bulldogs in 2015. Also 2015, Silverado Hawks homecoming shootout against favored Los Osos. 2017, Jeff Widener leads Apple Valley to the school's first Mojave River League championship.
The Oak Hills Bulldogs upset Serrano 24-21 in opening round Mojave River League play. Quarterback Nolan Brammer, game-winning touchdown, 4 minutes to play, puts the Bulldogs ahead 24-13. DeJounte Fletcher scores the first Oak Hills touchdown on this 86-yard run in the second quarter. This follows a first quarter field goal and gives the Bulldogs a 10-0 lead.
DeJounte Fletcher earns all Mojave River League honors his junior and senior seasons before going on to play collegiately at Chaffee.
Nolan Brammer dials long distance, connects with Jeremiah Lorick on the 45-yard scoring play after Serrano blocked the Bulldogs' punt and ran it in for a touchdown to pull within 3 at 10-7. This made it 17-7 Oak Hills at the half. Serrano's Jordan King scores from 6 yards out in the third. It's 17-13 Bulldogs. King will catch an 8-yard scoring pass from Austin Williams with 2 minutes to play to pull the Diamondbacks back within 3 and end the scoring. The victory puts Oak Hills in the driver's seat atop the Mojave River League, though only one game into league play. Is this the biggest win in Bulldogs history?
It feels good. It feels real good. We want to get these guys. They beat me for 3 years, and I really want to beat them my senior year. And I love my team. We did great. Oh, we just played so hard.
The Oak Hills Bulldogs ending Serrano's grip atop the MRL. The outcome snaps the Diamondbacks' streak of 21 consecutive Mojave River League triumphs.
Sultan Sullivan carries for 3 touchdowns in the Serrano Diamondbacks 2015 MRL showdown with the Oak Hills Bulldogs.
Sultan Sullivan provides the adrenaline rush to go with the heart in Serrano's 36-10 victory over Oak Hills, putting the Diamondbacks in sole possession of the driver's seat as the Diamondbacks avenge last year's loss to Oak Hills that ultimately decided the Mojave River League championship. This was a game of polar opposite halves, Oak Hills dominating the first and leading 10-8 at the half.
Oak Hills came out on fire. They took it to us. We were hanging by a thread, and we're kind of lucky to just, have that be down as much as we were by a couple of points.
Serrano exploding for 3 third-quarter touchdowns, while the Diamondbacks' defense shut out the Bulldogs the second half. Diamondbacks All-CIF strong safety Andrew Valencia twice intercepts Oak Hills passes.
Did you guys feel the defense might have to take it away and put a little impetus on it?
Yeah, we worked really hard at practice, and it just comes down to hard work. We worked really hard.
The final score, 36-10. The victory avenges last season's loss to Oak Hills that broke Serrano's streak of 5 consecutive Mojave River League championships. The Silverado Hawks battle favored Los Osos toe-to-toe, blow by blow, to the bitter end on a Hawks homecoming fireworks night. Sophomore Latavian Staples scores 2 touchdowns, the first on a 53-yard pass interception to put the Hawks on the board in the third quarter. The second, Latavian Staples' touchdown on a 71-yard pass reception, putting Silverado ahead 20-16 late in the fourth quarter. This De Leon Flukas touchdown from 29 yards out gives Silverado their first lead, 13-9 in the third quarter. Los Osos stuns the Hawks by blocking a punt and running it in for a touchdown with 15 seconds remaining in the game. Los Osos stunning Silverado, denying the Hawks a homecoming victory. Grizzlies win 23-20.
Jeff Widener throws 3 TD passes, including this game winner to Xander Witt in the fourth quarter, and Apple Valley holds off Oak Hills 31-24 in a crucial Mojave River League duel. Jeff Widener hits Keshawn Griffin on scoring passes of 25 yards, then 21 yards in the first quarter. And then the junior quarterback scores on a 28-yard run in the second quarter as the Sun Devils jump out to a 21-0 lead against the visiting Bulldogs. The Bulldogs storm back, Martinique Finn scoring once in the second quarter, then again in the third. Then Oak Hills ties the score on a 90-yard scoring pass, Josh Stewart to Nate Palmer. The Sun Devils' O-line grinds out a drive that consumes the final 9 minutes of the ball game to ensure the victory.
The O-line, they win games, they win championships along with defense. They deserve more credit.
We just wanted to fire him up on the last drive and get that drive. That was a 9-minute drive, and we put it together and ended the game. I think it was great.
These high-performance flashbacks to this date in high desert, Mojave River Valley sports history. Presented by Valu Quality Truck Bodies. Family-owned and operated since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, supporting teams, schools, and athletes throughout the Victor Valley. Looking back in high desert, Mojave River Valley sports history, Silverado christens their new stadium in 2013 with a homecoming battle with the Cougars of Granite Hills. Highlights of Oak Hills' second straight rout of a Mojave River League foe in 2018, the opponent, Burroughs. In 2019, J. Max Denigal throws 6 scoring passes as Apple Valley routs their Mojave River League opponent on this date. Freshman quarterback Sam Allen leads the 2015 Victor Valley College Rams to a blowout win against East LA.
Silverado Hawks open Desert Sky League play before a homecoming crowd at their brand spanking new stadium and respond by spanking the Cougars of Granite Hills on this first Friday of October 2013. The Hawks score on their first 6 possessions of the game and the first time Granite Hills touches the ball en route to a 56-0 triumph. Federico Espinoza creates the fumble on the opening kickoff. Deshaun Hamilton Maeva scoops up the ball and runs it in 10 seconds into the contest. Hawks quarterback Sam Taylor quickly recognizes chinks in the armor of the Cougars secondary and winds up throwing 4 touchdown passes in the first 2 stanzas. Taylor and his Hawks did not take the Cougars lightly.
Well, you can't take any opponent for granted. I mean, Granite's a good team that just came off a 2-game win streak, so we prepared like it's just another game.
Taylor hits P.J. Hanchett in the backfield. 85 yards later, it's 21-0 Silverado. On the next Hawks possession, practically a carbon copy. 46 yards, Sam Taylor to P.J. Hanchett, 28-0. First Hawks possession of the second quarter. P.J. Hanchett breaches the Cougars' first line of defense, breaks a tackle, and races 87 yards, making it 35-0. Hanchett, a 5'9", 175-pound senior, would finish with 4 touchdowns and 283 total yards. Silverado moves to 3-2 on the year. Granite Hills falls to 2-4. Oak Hills continues on its course of reclaiming the Mojave River League title, bouncing Burroughs from the dog pound with a resounding 57-10 victory, the Bulldogs' second straight blowout of a MRL counterpart. Mikey Delgado runs a kickoff back 92 yards for the first Oak Hills touchdown of the second quarter. The Bulldogs lead 37-0 at the end of the first period. Coach Robert Kistner's Bulldogs take a bite out of the Burroughs' backside early, blocking the punt after forcing the visitors 3-and-out on their opening possession. Frankie Macias blocks the punt, and Jamal Jones recovers at the 1. Mikey Delgado scores his second touchdown of the night, reeling in the sidearm sling from Josh Stewart on a 20-yard scoring play, Mikey Delgado's fourth TD reception in the last 3 games. It takes Oak Hills all of 3 seconds to score again. Frankie Macias deflects the pass, picks it off, and races into the end zone from 30 yards out. Oak Hills gets 14 points from their defense in the first half, a safety, then a second touchdown on a pass interception. Jamal Jones jumps the route and glides in from 35 yards out. The 57-10 final is Burroughs' 8th consecutive defeat and step 1 in the Bulldogs avenging their 2 MRL losses of last year. Jaden Max Denigal throws 6 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers, and Apple Valley's defense throws out its 3rd shutout of the season as the Sun Devils beat Burroughs 48-0 to open Mojave River League play. Sun Devils' opening possession results in a 95-yard scoring drive. Kenyon Edwards Jr. bursts through for 61 yards before he's tripped up at the 5. 124 yards rushing for Kenyon Edwards Jr. this game. The area's leading ground gainer and scorer blasts in from 4 yards out. Watch left guard Xavier Arias give the defender a lift. J-Max Denigal brings Ethan Peratt across the middle, makes it 13-0. Watch Kenyon Edwards Jr. After he grabs the quick toss, he sidesteps one defender, races to the Sun Devils' sidelines, and outruns Burroughs' last line of defense. Jaden Max Denigal rolls right and finds tight end Ryan Webster an easy target in the end zone. We wrap up this action highlight reel with Tyron Smith reeling in J. Max Denigal's pass and scoring from 15 yards out. The final, 48-0. The victory is the 6th without a loss for Coach Matt Rollerbaugh's Sun Devils, setting them on a collision course with unbeaten Serrano in their next encounter. Victor Valley College freshman quarterback Sam Allen leads the Rams to their 5th straight win of the season, a 58-21 blowout of East Los Angeles College. Sam Allen throws for 5 touchdown passes and adds another on the ground in the Rams' 16th consecutive victory for the program. Sam Allen throws for 306 yards, 26 of 42, and runs for another 104 yards on 16 carries, accounting for 410 of the Rams' 488 yards total offense. The Rams create 7 turnovers, once again dominant, recording 5 pass interceptions and holding the visiting Huskies to 58 yards rushing. Dougladson Suttle registers 2 more sacks. The Rams' defensive end leads the state in that department. 58-21, Victor Valley College on the Rams' 5th straight victory of the year and 16th in succession for the program.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road.
Sold.
Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. Howard's, recognizing and supporting the teams, athletes, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Greiner Buick GMC in Victorville. Greiner has the best damn used cars, period. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting high desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, immediately following your Hdsr Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half hour of High Desert television today. This is your Hdsr Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events.